What were the most popular e-bikes, motors, tires, suspension and brakes at this year's EWS Electric Series? Let's go find out. Riders, welcome back to Sam's Bikes, where you know we only talk e-bikes, and we are back in Spain. We're actually in Barcelona after 6 weeks in the camper van and two of the hardest races of my life. We need to understand and appreciate it's not only the rider that's going to get you to the finish of these epic races, it's rider and machine. So I thought I'd do a deep dive into what were the most popular bikes, motors, brakes, tires and suspension, because you know I love to geek out. And before we jump into the data, if you want to get weekly e-bike content like this, hit that subscribe button below, hit the like button, leave a comment. It really does help out the YouTube algorithms. And we need to thank the sponsors, Schwalbe, making amazing e-bike tires, Ride Concepts, making amazing riding shoes, and your emtb, renting high-end e-bikes in Spain. And now let's head back to Betsy, the mobile office for the last 6 weeks, to go through the data. So that is Betsy Mark II, where we've been living for the last 6 weeks. We've actually done 10,000 Ks on the beast. Gonna do a full review coming up, but right, it's pretty epic. Definitely awesome. And check out the beautiful camera lady and the office on wheels. Anyway, onto the data. So 80 riders started the epic 9 hours in finale, but only 66 survived to the last 12 stages. And unfortunately, riders, I was one of the statistics. Super disappointed to have a crash on the 11th hour of the 11th stage. 9 hours on the bike, almost finished, but I couldn't continue because of my brakes. But Bear was on stage 12 doing a fantastic job taking high resolution photos of every rider that went up the last stage, so we could get all the statistics for this video. But I think she missed one of the pros, but we haven't speculated. We've actually talked about every photo and every race bike we have. So all the data is 100% correct. Out of the 31 pros we have photos of, the statistics are as followed. 16% on Lapierre, 13% on Trek, 10% on Orbea, 10% on Moustache, 6% on Focus, KTM and Cannondale, 3% on Specialized, Giant, Canyon, Peugeot, BH, Rocky Mountain, Alpec, White and Vitus. And a whopping 77% of the pro bikes were riding with Bosch motors. 6% Bros, 6% Shimano EP8, 3% Yamaha, 3% Rocky Mountain, and 3% Bafang. 47% of the pros were using Maxxis tires, and also some of the pros had blacked out the Maxxis, but it was no match for Bea and her Sony high-resolution camera because we got all those fine details. 47% of the pros were using Maxxis tires, 24% Michelin, 8% Bontrager, and 3% for the following brands: Specialized, Hutchinson, Victoria, Kenda, Monarch, Pirelli, and 2% for Schwalbe. 46% of the pros were riding RockShox suspension, followed by 43% Fox, 8% Öhlins, and 3% DVO. And for the brakes, we had an even match: 42% Shimano, 42% SRAM, followed by 6% Magura, 3% TRP, Hayes, and Hope. And it's pretty obvious Bosch stole the show in the pro category, with all 1, 2 and 3 in the male and the female all on Bosch motors. The Lapierre team 1, 2 and 3 in the men's. They were in a league of their own, and Nico Vurio at 45. Wow, what a beast. And in the women, full Bosch as well. We had Lara Charles taking it out on an Orbea, and ex-DH champion Tracy Mosley coming in second on her Trek rail, and Nicole Goldie in third position, again on a Trek rail, all powered by a Bosch motor. So that's it for the pros and their bikes, but I personally find the amateur bikes more interesting. because all the pros are fully sponsored up, and let's face it, Nico Vudio could win on a tricycle probably. So now let's look at the amateur e-bikes. E100 was exactly the same grueling 9-hour race. We had 34 amateurs finish stage 12. And the most popular brand for the amateurs was Specialized with 24%, followed by Orbea with 12%, followed by Mondraker with 9% and Lapierre with 9% as well. And 6% by Trek, Cannondale, Scott, Orange and Fugura. And 3% Giant, Moustache, Husqvarna, Accept, Pivot and Fanatic. Bosch stole the show again with the amateurs with 50% using Bosch motors, followed by 26% Bros, 9% Shimano EP8, 9% Polini, 3% Yamaha and 3% Shimano E8000. And for the tyres in the amateur category, again Maxxis stole the show with 47%, but followed by the award-winning, the amazing Schwalbe tyres with 26%, followed by Michelin with 16%, Specialized with 7%, and Victoria with 3%. Fox were a clear winner in the suspension category with 54%, followed by RockShox with 29%, Ollens with 13%, and DVO with 3%. And this is an interesting one with the brakes. In the pro category, we had an even match, 42% Shimano, 42% SRAM. But in the amateurs, Shimano completely steals the show with 56%, which I can totally understand because you know I'm not a massive fan of SRAM brakes. SRAM did follow second with 21%, 15% Magura, 6% Hayes, and 3% TRP. So there you go, riders. That was my deep dive geek out of all the pro and amateur e-bikes at this year's EWS. It's clear that Bosch are doing something really right here. By far the most ridden motor at the weekend, and the Lapierre team blew it away. That GLP2 is a race bike. But I'm gonna say, put Nico on my bike or any other bike, he's probably gonna do the same thing. I personally felt that my bike was competitive. The Bros and the Bosch is a competitive motor. The Shimano, I don't think the Shimano had the power to get up some of those really steep climbs. I mean, I don't think I could have done it. And also the range, because the Shimano just uses a little bit more battery power. And that is it for the show this week, riders. I hope you enjoyed the Geek of the Week. Massive shout out to our sponsors, Schwalbe, Ride Concepts, and your EMTB, and Bayer for spending 4 hours in the sun getting all these photos. And riders, if you have not subscribed to Sam's Bikes, please do so. Share it with like-minded people, leave a comment, like this video, and stay safe out there, and we're going to see you next week.